sponsored by Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, and by my side is Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to 2K Sports, the NBA season wrapping up, and you can just feel the anticipation for the playoffs. And tonight, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the Los Angeles Lakers at Staples Center. And for Los Angeles, there's been a lot of discussion about them in the offseason, and even though today won't count in the standings, still such an exciting day in the NBA, watching the teams take the court for the first time. Houston's anchored on defense by Dwight Howard, but once you get past him and Patrick Beverley, not a whole lot of D being played on that team. Are they relying on Howard too much?
I think they rely on Howard way too much defensively. That's why it ultimately gets him in foul trouble. Perimeter players ought to get bailed out by him. They need to do a better job of stepping up.
That does it for us from here. For now, we'll see you next time.
And now, your Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. At small forward, standing 6'7", number 11, Wesley Johnson. At the point guard, standing 6'5", number 6, Jordan Clarkson. At center, standing 6'10", number 27, Jordan Hill. At the other forward position, standing 6'10", number 21, Ed Davis. At guard was number 24, 6'6" from Lower Merion High School, Kobe Bryant. The head coach of your home team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Los Angeles Lakers.
On the road looking for a win against a Western Conference rival. The Houston Rockets are getting ready for this thing to get started. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports for myself, Kevin Harlan, and my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Welcome, everyone.
This is Kevin Durant. Welcome to 2KU. In NBA 2K15.
It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. Here's the starting group for Houston. Beverly and Harden man the backcourt. Howard is out there with Smith, and it's Ariza in at small forward. Now, here is Harden. And Beverly kicks to Harden. That's good.
You know, it wasn't really hard to see why the Lakers struggled so much last year. The talent was down, and also the defensive effort and focus was borderline embarrassing at times.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, a bit ago, Kevin McHale and I were able to catch up. When talking about who they'll be most concerned with on the other side, he laughed a little and asked, "You mean other than Kobe?" He said that it's an almost futile effort to try and slow Kobe because he can score in so many different ways, saying, really, all we can try and do is prevent him from getting into a rhythm and try to force him into tough shots. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Shot clock at 6. No good from Howard.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Clarkson kicks to Bryant. Hands the shot from the wing.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Lakers on D. It's a three-point game. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Pass to Beverly. There's the feed to Smith. That drops.
Well, the bounce pass was the key to the play.
And here is Los Angeles now. Fires the three. And the shot is good. Clarkson's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, they are locked and loaded early. 3 for 3.
Harden against Kobe. Smith sets the pick for Harden. Smith outside. Shoots. Rebound Hill.
Josh Smith does an awful lot of good things on the floor. As a matter of fact, he's one of the really high-quality stat sheet stuffers in the NBA. But one of the things he doesn't do quite well is shoot three-pointers. And yet he continues to insist that that be a big part of his game.
Now Harden following Ed Davis's three-point attempt. Harden outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Really tough to get that shot off with the size differential there. It's not an individual matchup he's going to win every time, especially in the post.
Very well done. I didn't think he had any business operating down there with the big fellas.
And with Josh, it started as just a way to keep teams honest with his drive. But Steve, last year he was taking threes at a record rate.
Yeah, and missing them at a career worst rate, which was the problem. I think for Smith it's important to rein in the three-point shot, to really focus on scoring inside, even the mid-range game where he's pretty good. But the three-point shot is not for everybody, that's for sure.
Here's Johnson following the score by Josh Smith. And the basket good.
Kevin, you look at how they built this lead, and one reason is their outstanding shooting from beyond the arc. That's always a weapon.
Rockets trail by 6. To the inside. Here's Harden. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Houston with a big group substitution here. Terrence Jones is checked in for Howard. Moniunas comes in for Smith. Corey Brewer's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Ariza passes to Terry. Back to Ariza. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And Clark, as you say, they're really lighting it up from outside.
On fire,
Yeah.
as you would say. You can tell they're feeling it. They're in a nice flow. They're doing a good job of shooting in rhythm, stepping into those shots. They're getting good shots and good rotation of the ball, and then they're knocking down their shots.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Lakers?
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for them early on.
And the other thing we're seeing is great ball movement. We're seeing a lot of good offensive execution, ball movement, player movement, setting up assists.
And he sinks the second. Trevor Ariza last season with perhaps the best campaign, Steve, of his 10-year career.
Yeah, he played starters minutes, shot a career-high three-point percentage. I think a lot of it, Kevin, was just the combination of playing with good bigs and then also John Wall's emergence as a great point guard. Ariza had a lot of open looks last year.
Now here's Terry. Jones with the screen on Young. Terry dishes to Moniunas. Terry kicks to Moniunas. And that is good.
Donatas Moniunas.
40 seconds left in the first quarter.
And you could say that Ariza was in a contract year, looking for a new contract, playing for a new contract, but he's upped his three-point percentage for 3 straight seasons. It seems he's put in the work to really solidify that part of his game.
Well, I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
Jones with the screen on Lynn. 16 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Moniunas. The Lakers with the rebound. Here's Randall. We've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Lakers lead by 4. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
And I'm just so impressed with the long-range shooting. They have really lit it up from outside.
Yeah, the sharp shooting from deep, a big part of their lead, and they're playing with confidence and shooting it well.
Here is Harden. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Rockets. They've got Corey Brewer. Pablo Prigioni is out there with Harden. Then it's Jones. And it's Moniunas in at the 4 slot. Now here's Moniunas. Pocket 2. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, startling that he'd even try that right now.
James Harden with those rush hour handles, whether it's breaking his man down in isolation or running the pick and roll, he keeps that thing on a string.
Rockets trailed by 5. Harden draws the double. Now here's Brewer, guarded closer. And Prigioni kicks to Harden. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Los Angeles has gone 6 of 8 on 3-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Young from outside. No luck, and Houston the other way now. To the paint, here's Prigioni, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Randall. Davis comes in for Boozer. Johnson, he's checked in for Nick Young. And it's Clarkson in for Jeremy Lin. Houston also making some changes. Howard's checked in for Jones, and Smith's subbed in for Moniunas. Here's Clarkson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Clarkson's got 5 now.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Rockets trail by 5. And Prigioni kicks to Harden. Howard setting the pick for Harden. In low to Howard. It's stolen by Davis. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Kobe Bryant certainly had a unique childhood, spending time in Italy where his father played professional basketball. Kobe said, once I moved overseas, the game of basketball became my refuge. I developed a passion and relationship with the game. My grandfather used to tape games and mail them to me. It was special just to sit down and watch the game. Gentlemen, over to you.
He's always had that passion. Thanks, Doris. Well, the Rockets, wouldn't you say, are really to be commended.